When it comes to negates, there's actually a little bit of a difference between what cards generally negate, where some cards will negate the activation of a card and some only negate the effect. Generally, this distinction doesn't matter very much, except under a few circumstances. A card called Witch's Strike has the effect that if your opponent negates the activation of one of your cards, then it will allow you to trigger the effect, which destroys all cards in your opponent's hand and on their side of the field. And this is basically a game-winning effect. However, it's very hard to actually activate this card, despite the plethora of negates in Yu-Gi-Oh!, because a lot of combat negates only target the effect of a card and not the activation. Ash Blossom only negates the effects of cards at search. It doesn't actually negate the activation, which is why you're able to use Ash Blossom on Branded Fusion under Branded Loss, which protects the player's activations of cards and effects that include a Fusion Summon. Because when your opponent activates Branded Fusion, Ash Blossom only negates the effect of the card and not its activation, and Branded Loss only protects its activation from being negated. If a card wants to protect its activation and effects from being negated, it has to be a word like the God card support cards, which specify their activations and effects cannot be negated. So you just have to pay very close attention to the wording of a card when it comes to negates.